Allowing Nawaz Sharif to go overseas was a huge error, according to Imran Khan, Pakistan News. On Friday, Pakistani Prime Minister Imran Khan confessed that permitting PML-N chief Nawaz Sharif to seek medical treatment abroad was a mistake. He said this in front of a full house of PTI supporters in Mandi Bahauddin. During his heated address, the Prime Minister slammed the opposition and threatened to hold them accountable until they recovered the country's lost money. First it was one sickness, then another, then platelets, he claimed, adding that the administration feared Nawaz would not live long. I admit we erred by letting him, Nawaz, visit overseas. He said the PML-N supremo used to visit KPK and asked the PTI where the Naya KP was. A two-thirds majority was required to elect PTI in the 2018 election. The Premier called the opposition a band of thieves and attacked JUI-F leader Maulana Fazlur Rehman. Every 3 months, the JUI-F president calls for overthrow of the PTI administration, he remarked. The main reason is that the country's assembly works without diesel after 30 years. It runs on solar power, he stated, alluding to the Maulana's exclusion from the National Assembly. He stated the opposition was terrified, and that the JUI-F leader urged them to depose the PTI administration since he expected it to return in 2023. Opposition rushes to safeguard plundered fortunes. To rescue its plundered fortune, the opposition is hurrying to organize a no-confidence motion against the administration. His question was in response to the PML-N President Nawaz Sharif's recent money laundering allegation. Shehbaz, why do you seek for additional time if you are innocent? Demand daily hearings from them. Prime Minister Imran said he remained in Pakistan when the opposition sued him in the Supreme Court, proving he was Sadiq and Amin, honest and righteous. I handed out the requested papers. I didn't ask for additional dates or flee. I instructed them to follow the case. So, Shehbaz, why run? The courts were free, he said. The Premier accused PML-N Vice President Maryam Nawaz of being scared by the Chaudhry Sugar Mills case and attempting to scare judges, so they can depose the government and get away with it as they did under Gen Musharraf, he remarked. I have a message for the Sharif family, we are ready for anything. Whatever your strategy, Kaptan is ready. He prophesied that the opposition will not only fail but also wind themselves in prison. No NRO for crooks. Prime Minister Imran further said that the opposition will not be granted a National Reconciliation Ordinance, NRO, until it restored the money stolen from the people of Pakistan. And Imran Khan would not give you an NRO like General Musharraf, therefore they are terrified. He stated the charges against the opposition were old and they wanted an NRO, much like Gen Musharraf. No NRO until the country's looted money is returned, he said. As long as I am living, he stated the courts were open and the administration respected them. He stated retired Judge Sajjad was intimidated and driven away from the courts while hearing a corruption case against them, saying the SC's Quetta bench was purchased. Maryam Sahiba now has cassettes. Have you heard of politicians blackmailing judges with tapes? He stated there was initially a clip of late accountability Judge Arshad Malik. A bogus recording of former Chief Justice Mia Saqib Nassar was then constructed, he claimed, referring to the supposed audio clip. Politicians don't do this, the mafia does, he claimed, urging followers to assist the government. I've determined to battle them till I die. Inflation rose. Regarding the rise in inflation, the PM said, the opposition claims it has risen. Without a question, it has risen. Inflation was always a concern for the government, he said, but it was being addressed. Prime Minister Imran also asked media to tell the public about the price increase. The epidemic hampered supply routes. Commodities were scarce and more costly. He stated previously accessible $40 per barrel gasoline was now $90 per barrel. What can we do? We import fuel. The Prime Minister claimed the government has decreased oil levies and taxes to help the average man. The government loses 70 billion rupees per month. He noted that global inflation has risen, reaching a 40-year high in the United States. He cited Germany, Britain, and Turkey. So long as the government is devoted to easing the load on the people, He continued, they will be able to Google it on their phones. Paradoxically, the Premier noted that exports, remittances, and tax collection were all at record highs and that the nation was now on track.